Hey everyone, how you guys doing? We're here with Greg. Well,
hey guys.
Welcome to the live stream. We're gonna do our things first to make sure that loudnesses are okay and everything. But it's a pleasure to have you, Greg, over here. We're also excited to have you here. And I already see Khan's Universe, who is the first one over there. So
I recognize that name.
Yeah, I think that we can jump into his song right away and essentially get started with everything.
Let me sign into my YouTube account because I'm on a different laptop, but I want to be able to.
Sure.
Be able to reply to people in the chat.
Yeah. Let us know over here in the comments if the volume is okay, if the level of things are okay as well. So we're probably gonna have to raise this one over here a little bit more. So we're also happy to have you here. Yes, we got a lot of donations so far, and I've gotten most of them. So I'm gonna show the live stream list as well. So if you don't see yourself in the list, make sure to hit me up. If you don't see yourself in the priority list as well, make sure to hit me up, and we'll make sure to have you over there. We already have how many people live with us? We already have, I can't see it, 36 people already with us. Thank you so much for joining. Let's hit our previous mark, which is 70 to 80. So invite your friends, invite everyone, and let's get started over here. Let's get going. Hey Jonathan, Adam, Syrian, 8 picks, Electro T, Skyler, Akash, Harsha, Just a Dream, Belto, Conductor.
Nice.
Let me know when you're ready, and then we can start.
4 a.m. here, Justin. Wow.
Well, 4 a.m.
It's 4 a.m.
Oh, he's in Australia.
That's commitment.
Thank you, Mr. Motri, Mr. Mason, the legend. How you doing? Alexander, Sofinski, congrats on the Anjuna release recently.
I can't get into my YouTube, so I might not be able to comment in the chat. I'm just doing the audio.
Yeah, we're just waiting for Greg to set himself up, and then we're going to get started over here listening to Khan's Universe first. Let me just show you the list so you all can see how things are going to go. And you can see that this is pretty much the list at the moment. This is updated automatically. But I need to make sure that donations are cut one by one. So I saw that Sopinski, Motri already did one, so I'll check him afterwards over there. Can we do it, Greg?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so let's get started over here with Khan's first, and Khan is already in the chat. We have Nikki also over there. We also have Motri also over there, and David as well. Let me get his songs.
So Leo, I'll hear this through my audio here, or
yeah, you listen through your audio, and then we give the comments afterwards.
I'll load the track here, yeah.
Yeah, you'll play by yourself, yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, just let me know when.
The audio also in Ableton as well, so this is all good. And we're getting started. Thank you so much, everyone, for staying with us. It's really a pleasure to have you all here. It's really cool to have you here as well. We're kind of being slow a little bit on the channel, but we're preparing a lot of good stuff to you. I'm the one to thank Skyler. Pretty nice vibe so far, Con. I really like it. I'm kind of getting a Ben Bomer kind of feel from the song.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of missing a lead here. Like, I'm kind of missing, like, the... Good vocal. Thank you, Mr. Madman.
Vocal in the middle breakdown is lush.
Really great vibe here, Con. I'm feeling that I'm missing kind of like the lead is nice, the arp that you have, but I wish that it was more of a lead over there. Not sure what you think about the song rack, but I really like the everything of the song. It's just that I miss like maybe the vocal that you had in the break, or maybe like a more prominent lead. What do you think, Greg?
So I think you're definitely right on. I'm getting out of one of my headphones. You're definitely right on. I mean, the atmosphere is lush. The production is lush. When that vocal comes in at like, where are we? About 2:30 in the breakdown.
Yeah. That's
kind of the hook that you need a bit earlier in the tune, I think.
Yeah.
Something to like really grab you. I mean, from that point, like that breakdown's beautiful. Again, it's just on that drop. You have your arp, sorry, I'm listening now.
Yep.
You have that sort of arpeggio melody come in.
Yep.
I think that could be either in the first drop, that could be either a little bit brighter or maybe teased somehow, maybe if it's just a couple of notes.
Yeah.
Just you've got that little, what we call in the UK like an earworm, something that, you know, gives it that little signature.
Yeah.
But yeah, the production's great. And yeah, I love that when that vocal comes in at 2:30, that's beautiful.
Yeah. What you can do here based on what Greg says, and I agree with you, maybe like you pick this arp, put it in the drop 1, then you have the vocal in the breakdown, which is really cool, and then you have like a more prominent kind of lead in the drop 2 to kind of take the energy all over there. I feel that could be a... Go ahead.
You could even, so it's the same arpeggio that plays through, but so the arp that comes in on the second drop, you could have that in that exact same arp in the first half, and in the second half, the second drop,
yeah,
you could maybe add some distortion to it, so it plays the same notes, it's the same synth, but change it up, like dirty it up, make it a different sound, but it's still playing the same theme throughout the track.
Yeah,
and that's the way to tease it in the first half of the track,
yeah,
without making it boring the whole way through.
I 100% agree with Greg. It's an awesome tune. I definitely agree with Greg, and I got really like bomberish vibes in the song, which
yeah.
I feel that it could be a thing that like it could be too close, but at the same time I like it a lot.
Okay, so I was about to say, so you remember when Ben Bomer did the PML production pack, the presets and stuff, we got lots of tracks in that sound exactly like Ben's music.
Yeah.
This has his vibe, but it doesn't sound exactly like him. It hasn't got like the wonky bass, so I think it's a perfect way of putting your own sound on his sound, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't actually think this is too close. I think this is like a really good middle ground.
Well, take the label as A&R then, instead of my word. Well, let's keep on going over here then. Let's go to Sigma now. Thanks for submitting, Con. Hey, Arnie. Hey, Bram. How you doing? We're at 60 people watching live at the moment, so thank you so much. Let's go.
Leo, let me know when you hit play, yeah?
Yeah, ready yet.
Ah.
If you're in doubt, Greg, just watch the screen and you'll see me where I'm at, you know. Hey Nomad, hey Hollow. So one thing over here that I'm not so much of a like, I feel that the sidechain, the breakdown, is not so necessary. Towards the end over here already of the song. Greg, comments? You're still on it?
Yeah, so I was just flicking backwards and forwards. So something that jumps out at me at this is I think that there's a new lead that comes in on the second drop.
Yeah.
I don't actually think you need that lead. I think that's a classic producer issue of sort of overproducing, trying to add something new, and I think they're sort of conflicting.
Yeah,
because
I agree.
The whole way through, through the start, you've got the motif, you've got your melody going. In the breakdown, you have the little arc that pans side to side.
Yeah,
that comes in a bit more filler, and they start to work together. And it feels like you could just carry that on this tune. Maybe some automation on the arc and the main melody. I don't think you need that extra melody. I think that's, you've added too much on this one.
Yeah, I agree.
Production again is very, very, very good standard.
Sorry, say it again. I didn't got it.
The production again is a really good standard.
Yeah.
I think it's like I do it with all of my tracks. Like you add way too many, you end up having to actually take things back. And I think just that's the case of this one. You can get rid of that new melody, and the songs there, a bit more automation on the lead and the arp. So that will change the interest through the track. That will add the variety. You don't need to add a new element.
Yeah.
You can just work with the existing elements.
Yeah, I agree. I feel that like the lead when it came over here in the middle of the drop, it was like, where is this coming from? I feel that maybe midway through the drop, when the drop is already like starting to get like, you're like 2/8 bars in the drop, and maybe if you want to add this to add a little bit of fluff into the sound, maybe that could work. But I feel that, yeah, still that lead was a little bit off-putting to me.
I think they're just competing with each other, and you don't actually need it. Like you've got the elements in there for the hook. You've got the main melody. You've got the arp that pans, and the arp that pans is a really nice, unique sound. You could use that a bit more and make it a stronger element in the track. And you don't need that extra lead. Then I don't think. Yeah.
The second thing that I felt was that maybe the drop one was a bit too long. I feel that it could be a little bit shortened. I feel that this song,
that's a good point. Yeah,
the song would be a little bit more to the point this way. So yeah, that's also a thing that I would do in there. But great vibe, Sigma. I feel that again. What I like the most is seeing how you're developing over time. Of course, Greg is his first time here, but it's always nice. I was
going to say, so you've had demos from Sigma before.
Yeah, a lot of demos, and the songs are improving a lot. And I mean, like. That's what matters. That's what I'm listening, and the quality is really getting like really good.
Yeah, no, you can definitely hear it.
Congrats on that. So let's continue over here to Vlad Gold. Let's raise the volume over here. Kind of like the way that you are growing the drop, the song. I feel that when you went midway through this drop, it kind of went back to the energy that I had in the beginning of the song. Kind of feeling a bit anticlimactic to me, to be honest. Comments, Greg?
So, I think one thing that jumped out at me immediately, especially in the first half of the track, is that I think the vocal sample's overused. So it's a really nice sample, and it like really works with the atmosphere of the track. But use it a bit more like sparsely, like less in the track, and then every time it comes in, it will have more of an impact. So it's quite. I think the vocal sample is quite repetitive. Not that it's a really nice sample. I just think you just use it a bit less. And also the breakdown, felt like there's quite a lot going on in the breakdown in terms of melodies, chords, vocals. There's a lot happening. Again, I think you can strip that back, focus on 2 or 3 core things and get the listener to focus on those 2 or 3 things rather than I've got this melody and I've got this melody on the left and the right and this is panning and this is automating and here's a vocal sample as well. Like try and sort of work out what, if you're the producer, work out what your favourite parts of the track are, because you're the one writing, like you're the producer. Work out what your favourite bits of the track are and make them the focus and let everything else support that. Whereas in the breakdown, it feels like everything's playing at the same level. They're sort of fighting a little bit. But it's definitely got the potential there for a really nice club tune.
Yeah, I like the vibe. I agree with what Greg said. I feel that it needs probably a breakdown in the middle. Like at the moment, it's just like a whole big drop. I felt that in the middle of the drop, especially because of there's lacking a breakdown over here. It's kind of like felt a little bit anticlimactic because you grew, and then it went back, and then you start growing it again. And maybe in the drop 2, like it could be a little bit different than drop 1. It felt a bit similar. So I always like changing drop 1 to drop 2. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Hope that you like the feedback though. If you have anything else to add, Greg, feel free.
No, I just want to like sort of pick up on your last point of like trying to make drop 2 different to drop 1 is very key, but you'll also find labels, I mean Leo will tell you this, labels saying you've got this element in drop 2, you need to also get that into drop 1. You need to have those same ideas in both drops, but on the first one, tease it, make it less obvious. So when it does come in, it sounds the same, but it's different. There's more energy, there's more impact. It's quite a hard art to master.
100%.
You know, yeah, it's very hard.
100%. I definitely struggled with that myself as well. So yeah, don't feel that you're. Yeah. Let's keep on going here then. Thanks for submitting. Let's go to Somebody's Daddy. I want you to know test 10.
Yeah.
So let's go raise the volume over here.
Test 10.
Yeah. So just so you guys listen and see what we've gone through so far. We have gone through these songs. Then we have Skyler, Underfoot, and Shiker, and then Avna, SPK, Yummy, Kidcat, Goldea. Hey Rito, how you doing? Really like the breakbeat in the brittle. Thank you, Mr. Full Octave. Really appreciate it. I'm gonna start on this one while we listen still. I feel that I like the vibe, especially like I like the idea that you have going on. Like I feel that it has a nice driving vibe to it, especially the breakdown. I feel that it's pretty cool. However, I do feel that you need to mix some of the elements better. Like the lead is a bit too big and needs a bit more sidechain, and also is a bit too low-endy. And when you went over here from the breakdown to the drop, when you went to break beats to 4 to the 4, it kind of felt like it was like an anticlimax, you know, like I felt like the song dropped in energy and instead of rising. So I would lower the kick in the breakdown so the kick in the drop stands out a little bit more.
That's exactly what I have written down here, Leo.
Okay.
The kick and the breakdown, like the break beat's a really nice groove and it's a really nice addition, but it comes in too heavy in the breakdown, so then when you go back into the second drop, it doesn't feel as big as the drums in the breakdown itself.
Yeah.
So even just EQing out some of the low ends, so there's less sub and there's less bass in the kick, and you still let the kick hit, but it doesn't have that energy from the low ends coming in.
Yeah, and I heard the test 7 of this song, if I'm not wrong. It was 7 minutes long, and it's a lot better to be 4.5. It's just a bit more to the point. I still feel that maybe drop 1 could be like 15, 1 8-bar, maybe 2 8-bars smaller. But it's definitely getting a lot better, a lot more to the point, and it just feels easier to listen to. And it's how can I say? Every 8-bar loop, it feels like something new happens, most of them. So that's a really good thing to have in your songs. And yeah, really good stuff over there in terms of vibe. I think that the vibe is there. It's a matter of enhancing the sound design, the mixing, and the mastering. Greg?
Yeah, so I mean, a lot of what I was going to say, couple of things didn't touch on, is when the sort of the main melody comes in, the big lead. I think the lead is, there's too much going on in the leads. You can create rhythm in leads with silence. So rather than you could have
Yeah.
and you drop the lead out, have put less notation into the lead, and let some silence come in and let the lead breathe, and make the actual notation less complex. And on the vocals, something that jumps, because I'm a big fan of gated vocals, right? I'm like a bicep boy that grew up listening to them. I'd use the gate on the vocals like sparingly or alternate it on. So have the start of a phrase coming in with no gate, with the gate on it of mix level 0%, and then alternate the gate on, so the end of the phrase it comes on and echoes out.
Sure.
I think you get a better effect on the vocals that way.
Sure. I agree with that. 100% agree. I feel that could give more variation that I was talking about.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
So yeah, hope that you liked it. But again, definitely getting better from the past time that I've listened to. Definitely an improvement. Congrats on that. Let's keep on going with Mr. Skyler.
Give me 30 seconds while I run and grab a drink.
Sure. So Greg will grab a drink and we'll wait for him. Let me know over here how you guys doing. How is everything? Thank you so much for staying with us on a Sunday. It's really a pleasure to have you all here. I'm going to leave the song playing right from the beginning while he plays, so we can already have something in the background to listen to. But it's always a pleasure to have you here. I've been kind of busy remodeling the channel, so I wasn't so happy with what I was doing and how I was doing the channel. Yeah, it was working, but I feel that I could give better information to you. So we're definitely remodeling everything, and we're definitely getting back soon. So we're just working on the editing. We already have like 5 to 6 videos recorded, so there's a lot coming. And yeah, some of you already watched it to give me feedback on it. So yeah. Let's go, Greg. I'm here, just ready, playing the extended while you're...
Let's go. What's this, Underfoot?
Yeah, it's Skyler Ocean, New Magic. That's number...
6, right?
Wait a sec. Oh, it's number 5. Number 5. 75 people live. Thank you guys so much. Let's reach 80. Hit the like button if you haven't. Hit the subscribe if you haven't as well.
So I try not to jump in the middle of a track. So I like to take it all in. But that little switch up in the drop at around 140 is sick.
Yeah. Oh, you liked it? I actually was like,
yeah.
Oh, I'm not so sure about it, but...
Sick. Where's this guy from?
He's from New York. I think he's from California and living in New Jersey now. If you want, I can send you his email afterwards, Greg.
It's just that little section is a very UK, old school UK house sound.
Oh, sure. Oh, I like jumping in midway through, but one thing that I would do here, maybe in this middle section, I would probably make it a bit shorter or add a vocal in there. I'm kind of feeling that this song is like, it needs to to move a bit faster, in my opinion. Breakdown.
Yeah.
Like, this breakdown to me is like perfect. That's what I was missing, you know. So that's why I would shorten that section before.
It's too late in the track.
Yeah. Oh, Gustaff, I'm the one to thank, dude. 80 people watching live. Probably the extended here. Greg, comments?
I'm going back and listening to that sick drop at 140.
Over here, let's go back.
Yeah, I love that.
So yeah, my comments over here is that middle section was a bit too long. I would probably even see this part over here from this from going from here to maybe like until here, and then you go to the breakdown, because this was a bit too long to me. The vibe, the mixing, the all the arrangement to me all works. I wasn't so keen on this part over here. I was like, not so sure about it. But well, Greg likes it. I think that's kind of like a personal opinion on that.
100% is personal taste.
Yeah, but definitely a great song. One of the best that I've heard from you as well. Really great song, Skyler. Congrats. Greg?
What I would say on this is, again, you know, this comes back to personal taste, but at 140 you have that drop into a new bass line, so you've had the sustained bass, which kind of felt like almost an intro, and it kind of works, right? And then it drops into a really groovy section, and we have that for like 16 bars, and then we switch back to a sustained bass. A new lead comes in at 2:16, and it feels like too much changes at that point. So I'd either bring the new lead in and keep the groovy bass, or don't bring a new lead in and change back to sustained bass.
Sure.
The breakdown is lush, like you said, it needs to come earlier in the track. And I think you're really primed because this is a really beautiful breakdown, right? It's very melodic, it's very chilled, you can feel yourself sort of getting taken away. I really think this track is primed to then, at the end of the breakdown, you do, you know, the standard 4 bars of letting it all calm down and then drop back into the groovy bass.
Mm-hmm.
And it turns from a really chilled track into, it's still chilled, but it's really danceable. And then at the end of that, if you still want to keep the sustained bass, then you use the sustained bass as the last 16 bars of the drop.
Sure.
If that makes sense. So make
100%.
it a bit more symmetrical. So you have the sustained bass at the start, into a groovy bass, into the lush breakdown, back into the groovy bass, and then the sustained bass on the sort of last 16 bars of the track, assuming it's a short edit.
Sure.
I think this would really work.
Yeah.
It's really cool drop for me.
I would agree with that. Congrats on the song, Skyler. Let's keep on going over here. We're going to Georgia.
Can I just say, just because I love listening to that, and I'm not speaking like now for Sekora, but Skyler, if you need any help, hit me up, and I would put what I said into practice. I'll help you edit it and sort of put my vision in there and see if you like it or not, because that's cool.
Yeah, really cool. Yeah, that's what I love about the live stream, having people connecting and everything. So yeah, thanks for that, Greg. I'll send you his email, and then I can get you in touch over there.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. Let's go to Underfoot. Let's play it over here from the beginning. We feel that's a radio from the beginning. Let's raise the volume, of course, right?
I haven't got Dropbox on this laptop.
I feel that I've used this sample actually. Say something. Yeah, it's actually from my new song I'm working on. That's arcade if I'm not wrong. Hey, Milesy. Comments on the song? Or I can start, whatever you want.
You can go because
okay.
I've been having issues with this one loading it.
Okay, so basically what I feel that first, the drop 1 could be a little bit smaller. It's just a bit too much for me. I feel that 1 minute and a half would be enough. I do like the vibe. I do like everything. One thing that I'm missing is a bigger bass. I do hear bass, but it's mainly coming from the lead. I would low cut the lead a little bit, add a proper bass over there. It feels good in there. Like, it's not that it's missing, but especially when you start changing vibes over here, especially over here, as you can listen here, it kind of feels a little bit empty in the bass line because you don't have the lead anymore. But I definitely like the vibe of the song. I definitely like the vocal. Have to just send my song soon, otherwise people will get the vocal first. But I do like the ARP. I do like the lead of the song. Definitely like the idea. Greg?
I'm just catching up on your last comment.
Okay.
About the second drop.
Yeah, go over here at 3:30.
Yeah, I've just got it. Yeah, you're right on that for sure. The main melody is really nice. Do you know what it reminds me of? When you made that comment as well, Ben Bowman, Beyond Beliefs, which a lot of the low end comes from the lead, and it works in this song. But again, when that goes away, then you're struggling, and that's when you need that more consistent bass in there.
Yeah.
But the melodies and stuff are really nice. I feel like the breakdown could be a bit. I feel like something's missing in the breakdown. It might be like depth, a bit more atmosphere, maybe a bit of low end, not like sub, but a little pad underneath or something, just to give it a bit more warmth and make it a little bit sort of more ethereal.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the key takeaway is managing that bass, getting a proper bass in there, and managing that with the lead. But the lead's really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for submitting again. And now let's go to Shiker and I don't know. Yeah, Shiker. That's the I don't know how to say it, but.
Is this the Dropbox one there?
Yeah, that's the Dropbox number 7. There's actually 2 number 7s, but...
Well, give me a minute because I can access this. I need to request permission, so if Shiker is on the stream, then I've just hit request access.
Oh, okay.
And now you have my email address, so feel free to spam.
Maybe if I share it? Oh, he shared it with me privately.
Yeah, that's why I can't access it.
So I'll go in the feedback first, and then you'll catch up with me after.
Yeah, if I get access, yeah. While you're listening, I'll try and get up into YouTube.
Were you able to get access, Greg?
No.
Not yet. So I'll go here. I feel that like the vibe of the song is really cool. It does feel like there's a bit too much in the low mids. Not much, but it does feel like there's a bit too much over here in this low mids around, I don't know, 200, 300. So I'd probably low cut a few of the elements over here. The snare maybe could be louder. The lead could be maybe a little bit midier, but I'm kind of splitting hairs, to be honest. The vibe is really good. Like, if you send that to me as a label, if like it wouldn't prevent me from signing the song. It would just say like, hey, do this, do this, do that, you know. So
beautiful vocals.
Yeah.
It's a bit loud.
You got access now?
Yeah, I'm just breezing through. The vocals are lush. I don't know what you were just saying about the low mids, if it was the vocals or the main section, but I felt like there's in when the vocals come in at 34 seconds, it feels really muddy, like there's either too much reverb on the vocals or something else. So you just dial that back, let the reverb sit in the background and add something, but at the minute it feels like the reverb's trying to sort of play a big part, which it doesn't need to, like dry vocals and this would be lovely.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean like but I mean like, I don't know, not sure if you agree with me, like none of the comments that I mentioned over here will mainly be like stuff that could be fixable by a label, like the label would just ask, hey, fix this, fix that, you know, like.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, there's not like huge amounts of feedback in terms of songwriting or anything like that. It feels like it's more in the mix, which you know is easily fixed. Maybe structure a little bit, because again it feels like we're at a minute before we have any drums, and this is a good bit of feedback for everyone, right? And so I hate giving this feedback because the battles makes me fight with like the producer and musician side of myself. But you're probably looking at maybe a 30-second intro to any stream and edit, and then get into the drums, because unfortunately the world we live in is about streaming and streaming numbers, which involves getting placed on playlists, and playlists don't like tracks that take a long time to drop into. So I think if you can cut that breakdown a bit, then that's a good way to go and get into the drums a bit quicker, and that would really sort the structure out, because it feels like also the second breakdown comes quite late in the track, and I think that's because you've got such a big intro to the track. Yeah,
I agree.
I'm glad I got access to that one.
Yeah, cool. Let's keep on going over here. We now have Favna. Thank you for submitting, Shiker. And now let's go to Favna. I'm gonna go straight to it at 30 seconds, which when the song starts. And of course, raise the loudness here. So first comment that I like to me like is a big elephant in the room. Clap feels a bit too loud to me.
Yeah, well, did you just say the synth's too loud?
No, the clap.
Alright.
Yeah.
And it's for me also too stereo.
Yeah.
Especially in headphones. Like,
Yeah.
Like, it's all good having a stereo layer, but also have a mono layer, especially if you're downbeat or backbeat.
Yeah.
Those elements centered, and then maybe have a, if you want a stereo clock or something, then add another layer of stereo.
Yeah. I was gonna mention that. I was gonna ask you, like, do you think that it's too stereo? But I also feel that the thing is, when you put the song in mono, and I'm gonna do it over here too, guys, you just lose a lot of the content of the song, right?
Yeah, see, I mean, I can't do that here on my laptop, but
yeah.
yeah, so, I mean, check that your bass is fully in mono.
Yeah.
I actually had this, especially if the pianos are really wired. I had that mixing down the song in the week where I had quite a few layers of pianos, and then I collapsed everything to mono, and it's one of my own. I completely lost all of the pianos. So yeah, keep double checking your mono compatibility, which is something I've discovered I don't know enough.
Yeah. Here, the second part of the song, I just feel that the song is just starting to be a little bit too crowded. Like, it's starting to get too much overdone, in my opinion. I would simplify. I would not have this last part of the drop. I don't think it's necessary. I feel that it just overcrowds the song. Maybe will you have some elements of it in the drop, and that's it. I agree with Greg on being too stereo. And also, I'm kind of questioning if the lead over here, there were some notes that I was like, is that in key? So just something to check as well. Greg?
So I think it's I mean, similar to what I said to one of the previous submissions, is you've got a lead and it's playing constantly like this really complex pattern. It doesn't need to be that complex. Simplify it.
Yeah.
Have little bits of silence in there. Try and do, you know, less is more sometimes. Here at like 117, you have this simply come in, which is quite nice at this point. It's a bit more subtle in the track, and then the same lead comes in around 3:35, and it feels like the cut-off's open. There's notes going everywhere. You can just keep it a little bit more simple, and I think it'll work better.
Yeah, I agree with Greg. I agree on what he's saying. Thank you, Mr. Someone, and thank you, Nas. I'm gonna get you bumped up as well. But yeah, let's keep on going. Great vibe over here, great track. And yeah, let's keep on going. Now we're gonna listen to SPK. A little bit more volume for Greg, okay. Yeah, right off the bat, I can say that, like, you have a pluck that does the bass line, but I'm kind of missing like a more sustained bass line in there. While Greg's comment on the last song of the song being too stereo also applies over here, in my opinion. Just gonna show you this. I'm gonna put the song in mono just so you guys can listen to it. Can you see how I pretty much like the lead is there, but when you open up this stereo, a lot just disappears.
I think on that note there is like something with this that can probably sort that out. Is it feels like the lead is completely panned from left to right.
Yeah.
And and you can do that panning just with delay, right? So you could actually have the lead centered in the track, and then let the ping pong delay go left to right, and then when you collapse it to mono, you're still going to get that lead. But because it feels like the lead is completely split, you collapse it to mono, and you lose everything. So you can get the same effect in stereo, but also keep it mono compatible by having the lead a bit more centered.
Yeah, agree. And maybe a bit more I was just going to mention variation and just variated the lead over here, but I do agree. I feel that since the song is too much in stereo, it just kind of loses a little bit of the mono signal of the song, you know, and it feels a bit like when I put the song in mono again, I'm gonna do it again just so you guys can hear it. It just loses a lot of power. We can hear the kick cutting through, but the lead, it's kind of like not as powerful as what we listen in stereo. Comments, Reg?
So this is a really good track to sort of try and sort of demonstrate what I was saying earlier about having a full lead or a full sort of like main motif and teasing it a bit earlier. So you've gone immediately into the full lead. So at 0.16 maybe, you get the first synth stab, and you could leave it at that and not have the full melody come in or the full lead come in. So you can leave it with one stab and the rest of the break carries on. Then you go into the drop, and as you get further into the track, then you can bring the full lead in. Whereas this is like you get the full lead from the start, and you're giving away too much too soon, and it'll help with the progression of the track.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah,
one thing that I really missed is kind of like a bigger bass. Like you had that sort of like a plucky bass, but I feel that it could be more present in the song. The vibe is nice, the idea is nice, but it just needs a bit more pressure, a bit more coming through from the bass line, to be honest, in my opinion. But that's mainly it. I feel that and the stereo. I feel that if you fix the bass, fix the the stereo issue that you're having with the song, you're gonna have a much better track that is gonna be. And then you're gonna go into more details and arrangement things, which Greg already mentioned. So yeah, any other comments?
No.
Okay.
Everything that I was going to say as well.
Let's go to Yummy. That's track number what? Track number 10. And let's raise the volume again. So it's gonna raise.
Are we on 10 or are we on 11?
No, we're in 10.
Oh, 10. Yeah. Sorry.
That boom is too loud. So one thing that I feel that might be happening with your bass is you're probably playing your bass an octave too low. Maybe raise it an octave because it's kind of granulating. And I feel that it could be more, like, especially with this note, maybe just pick it up and bump it an octave up. I feel that it could be better to your sound.
So yeah, I had the bass, I've written down that the bass is too subby, like let the kick take care of the sub work. And you can make, if you, so I thought you could change the envelope of the bass and make it like more plucky and less sustained, so it's more of a rhythmic bass. At the minute it feels like it's like playing a rhythmic pattern, but it's not quite the right sound for it.
Yeah.
But I think Leo could be right in that you just notch that up an octave and that might take care of it.
Yeah, and I agree with Greg as well. Like, maybe if you had it as a plucky bass, that could work. But at the moment, I feel that it's just jumping too much and jumping in a lower, like in a register of the bass line, the sound, that just makes it sound like instead of boom, you know?
Yeah.
And exactly. I feel that if you bump it up an octave, it could work. Or just use a plucky bass instead. And one thing over here, I'm actually want to raise the volume of the song at this point. Because you have the vocal, the piano kind of playing a lot of notes and everything, the clap, like, is just a bit confusing to what I should focus myself on. Maybe you could simplify the piano with just a few notes. That's a comment that Greg already gave throughout the live stream. Simplify can make the song a bit more memorable, possibly. Keep on going. Greg, any other comments?
A couple. I think just after where you said the boom's really loud in the breakdown, after that, got quite a nice combination of sounds, like some organic stuff, some a bit more industrial.
Yeah.
It feels like they're fighting slightly in the mix. So maybe something to do with panning, maybe a little bit of EQ to give them each their own space. And it just immediately jumped out at me from the start, which I think is the start in a track is so crucial, right? It's the first thing everyone hears. I don't think you need the kick coming in. I'd filter the percussions in, so I have a low pass filter them in into the drop, keep the kick out of that first sort of 8 bars, and just let the kick come in on the drop, and that's when to bring it in.
Cool. Yummy, thanks for submitting. And now let's keep on going. We have Mr. Kidcat, melodic techno as well. Already gonna go into the. That's already the song. Raising the volume. Welcome back, Kidcat. Let us know in the chat over here which one of the songs you feel is the best one so far. We'd love to know over here. And if you haven't liked the video yet, like the video, subscribe to the channel. So even though you're going for a more melodic techno kind of vibe as you tagged it, but I feel that the song is kind of like progressive house, to be honest. I feel that the lead that you have is a bit too loud at this point. Maybe you don't need as much sidechain in your bass, so just jumping too much. Maybe you can, and that's also a song that could go with a plucky bass as the other one. So, I do like what you did in the drop too, that you kind of intensified the song a little bit, but it got like, I feel that it needs a bit more. It needs a counter melody, just like you added right now, but I feel that it could have come earlier in the song. Like, it was kind of lacking. The bass, as I said, jumping too much. The vibe is good. And again, I haven't listened from a song from you in like a long time, and I'm mean, like the improvement is just like really big. So congrats on that, Greg.
Yeah. So I think so you have a initial melody that comes in at the start of the track. I think just a little bit more variety in that, either in the rhythm or the notes. It's kind of the same the whole way through, and it's quite a nice sound. You just need to work a little bit more on making the melody itself a bit more interesting. The transition to the drop at around 3 minutes, really nice drum work. I think they're just a little bit too loud, but like the snare roll, the little kicks just before the sort of pre-drop drums, they're really nice. They're just a little bit too loud, I think. And then the new melody that comes in on the drop that you teased earlier, sort of sounds a little bit more trancey. I think just another little layer in there that's just a very short pluck, literally just to give it that actual sound a bit more attack, or just give it a little bit more impact. But yeah, that's probably it for me. What else you got? Oh, and yeah, you're right on the sidechain on the bass. I wouldn't have actually. I didn't clock that until you said it, and then listening, I was like, yeah, it is. It feels like the kick and the bass need to gel a little bit better. Yeah.
Oops, sorry, I was muted, but thanks for submitting, Kidcat. Really appreciate it. And let's go to Voldeya now.
Lovely vocals.
Yeah. Really nice vibe so far. I think that one thing that I'm missing here is like a bit more low end in the kick and the bass. Oh, thank you again, Sopinski. Wow. Comments?
Yes. Quite a few on this, but not in a bad way. I sort of heard everything I needed to hear within the first minute and a half. The intro is beautiful, like all of the melodies and stuff in here is really nice. The atmosphere is nice. At 33 seconds, the first 16 bars, I think that definitely needs to go straight into the drop there. So I think you're giving away too much too soon. That was perfect. You get the end of that vocal phrase, and then it should be drums, bass, and you can move that next 16 bars into the main breakdown. And also, I wouldn't have that kick in the breakdown, but I think if you dropped it after 16 bars, you'd get rid of that anyway. The bass, I think, going back to the last comments, feels like a rhythmic bass again, but either too subby or too sustained, something that is a bit more attacky, just to give it that. If you're going for a rhythmic bass, then don't get stuck between a sustained sound and a rhythmic attacky sound. Felt like it could be 2 to 3 BPM quicker.
Yeah.
But I think maybe you could also get over that with a bit more percussion and stuff to add a bit more rhythm between the kick and the backbeat and the downbeat. So you might be able to fix that with percussion, but I do think it probably could be a couple of BPM quicker. And it's a really lush, atmospheric sound song, but it didn't sound like it was mixed like that. It's a little bit harsher, and my headphones I'm listening on, I know they're quite warm sounding headphones, so if I'm hearing that on these, I imagine if you heard it on a club system, it would be too bright and a little bit too harsh. So I think softer percussion, a bit more EQ on the percussion, and also a little bit of EQ on the leads, just to don't make them dull, but just they don't need to be as bright, because it's perfect for like a warm sound.
Let me ask a question to you, Greg. Instead of lowering the high end, what if he'll raise the bass line? Because I felt that to me the high end was fine. The bass line that was missing, if you compare it in that sense, yes, it's missing high end. It's missing low end to me. I do agree that there are some parts in the high end that are too loud, but main thing was to me was missing low end, not missing high end. So could that?
Yeah, completely. Yeah, I'm just listening back now, and completely agree. I guess the way I was thinking about it is if you make it a more sort of attacky rhythmic bass, you're going to lose some of that low end naturally as well. So it might also be that you still need to pull the high end back. But I'd adjust the bass. I'd get the bass perfect, and then when you come to mix down the track, pull your faders down, bring the kick up, bring the bass up, and then bring everything up around that, and you'll probably hit the right sound for the track.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But great track, dude. Really like the vibe here. Really like the idea. Really nice listening through. And yeah, hope that you liked it. Let's keep on going. Cheers. Hen Show now. Raise the level.
Where are we? What track?
I feel that Greg is already going to mention that you need to go a little bit faster into your song.
Yeah.
But the vibe is cool though, like it's a nice intro, but it just needs to go a little bit faster though. Before I go into the song, there's a guy called Nicky that he asked if there's a remix of Aluma, if you'd be able to give feedback on that as well, since you're part of the contest.
Oh, nice. So, I would, hang on, let me pause it because I can't hear myself.
Okay. Oh no.
So I'd say no.
Okay.
Because I don't think that would be fair on the other entries.
I agree.
Apologies.
Dude, I feel that if you made this a little bit shorter and added something before that, that could be a like drop 1, break, drop 2. The song is pretty cool, the vibe is pretty good, and I feel that this intro it is now, it's a bit too long. But if you shorten this, add up something before that makes sense with the whole song, you have pretty much the song all there.
So yeah, couldn't agree more. Also, the horrible thing about working in like the digital age is you can open up a track and see the waveform, and I don't even need to play it, and I can be like the arrangement. It's not wrong if that's how you want to do your arrangement, but you will have issues signing it because labels have to look at where a track's going to get placed on playlists and stuff like that, and they don't like the long intros. It's a really nice intro, but yeah, you could do exactly what Leo said. You can split the intro in half, the second part of the track in half, and you've got an A-B structure. And I think it's primed for quite a nice sort of ethereal vocal sample that's used sparsely through the track, maybe just a little phrase. And that can add a little bit of a hook that can counter off the current sort of melodies.
Yeah, good stuff. Hope that you like the feedback, dude. Translator, thank you so much for the donation. And now let's keep on going. Apocalypse Musically, if you want, you can send it to me. I'll listen to it afterwards. But yeah, let's go to How Low now. We're gonna go right to 37 seconds, which is when the song starts. Yeah, I'm kind of missing some percussions. You're going for an Afro vibe, but you're missing the Afro percussions in the song. missing a bit of ambiences over here, like a bit of more like elements in the background. Greg, I sent you a message on WhatsApp or the Zoom chat, so yeah, my comments over here on the song, I'm already gonna start, is I feel that you need more percussions in there. Like you have all the elements in there in terms of like the main lead. Maybe you could add more like a piano as well, a bigger bass as well. But the main thing of Afro House to me is like the groove of the percussions, the groove of the elements that come with the percussion. And I'm missing that, and to me, like that's the main thing of Afro House, you know. So I would focus more on that at this point. Greg?
Dun, dun, dun. And then what you can also do is then alternate the ADSR and the cutoff through the track, and that will give you variation, especially as you get later on in the track. So you can open up the release, add some sustain, open up the cutoff, and that will build energy later on in the track.
Yeah, Greg, can you just mention the starting part, because for the start of your comment, you're muted because there were some clicks coming from your sound, and I forgot to unmute you. But so sorry about this.
Yeah, that's right, mate. What did you miss?
Just redo it again. But I feel that what Greg mentioned was, well, just say it again. I feel that it would be easier this way. Sorry about this.
So like the main things in Afro House are the percussion and the sort of repetitive synths that are that are almost the leads. I think you need really interesting percussion, and it should be syncopated as well to really give it that groove. And then you also get a groove from the main lead, and the lead here needs to be a more interesting sound.
Yeah.
And also a different envelope, way more plucky and short. And you can also then automate the envelope and the cutoff as you go through the track, and that will help you build energy without needing to add more elements or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okie dokie. Thanks for the submission, Howlo. Glad. Hope that you liked it. Welcome over here to the live stream. It's first time submitting. Yeah, let's go to Elio 6 now. You know what Greg was gonna say about your song, right? Just kidding. Comments, Greg? Where do I start? Wait, I lost you, Greg.
That's me.
Yeah.
I muted myself this time.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
I'll skip past the obvious of the arrangement because everyone knows I'm going to say that now. Really nice atmosphere. The piano, I think, could be a bit more. You might not be able to vary the chords and stuff because it almost has that hook vibe to it, but maybe a bit of automation over the piano, so there's a low pass filter on it, so it's a bit deeper to start with and then can grow through the track. This is a really good demonstration of like a rhythmic low end done quite well. So it's not the sustained bass, it's like a groovy pattern, but it's not overwhelming the track, it doesn't feel boomy. So that was pretty good. There's a vocal in there, I think it's the bridge between the first section going into the breakdown, and it's just playing I Don't Understand over and over again. I think that's probably overused at that point. And something that jumped out at me as a good thing that I think could be done better is on the second drop, sort of behind the pianos, you have sort of this, it sounds a bit like an LFO type synth in the background, so it sort of feels like it's following the chord progression, but it's right in the background, and that could be a nice sound if it is a lot drier, a bit more in your face, and add a nice sort of new element to the track. Make it a bit more front and center. If you're going to be bold and use like cool, crazy synths like that, chuck them in the listener's face and really get them hooked in. Yeah,
I thought that I agree with. I feel that for this kind of vibe, this kind of deep house kind of song, I feel that the breakdowns could be smaller. It's just sure. These songs are a bit too a little bit faster. I would aim for something around 2:30 to 3 minutes in terms of radio edit. The vibe is good. I did miss a little bit of release from the bass. Just it felt a bit empty at some points. It could also be loudness. And one thing that I thought was the kick is a bit too much. Like it has some kind of like a pom pom pom, which I'm not the biggest fan of. But that's mainly it. Like what Greg said, I agree with it 100%. The vibe is correct. It's nice. It's a nice song and everything. It's just a little bit here and there. Okie dokie. Hope that you like the feedback, Elio6. And now let's go to Peccaneer. Thanks for submitting. We have a beverage question. What beer do you drink?
All beer, any beer. I'm joking. This is 0% actually. So, but normally I drink like an IPA, something like that, a craft pale ale, because I'm a London hipster. So.
And if people want to submit songs to Sekora, do they send it to you? Does Sekora has an inbox? How do they do it?
Yeah, so at the moment, if you send it to demo@sekoramusic.com, at the minute I'll pick them up but we're building the A&R team at the minute, getting some new people in, so there'll be a whole team of us. But yeah, demo@sekoramusic.com.
Okay, I put it in the chat.
Sweet.
Elio 6, for example, listen how this kick has less of that pom, pom, pom in the sound, you know? While we go here in the breakdown, bass line could be a little bit more centered, pads could be a little bit more low-cutted.
Running for a wheel here.
Okay. Well, I'll start the feedback here then. Let's do a little bit of song here. One thing that I'm missing is a bit of low cut in the elements. Wait a sec, I have to drink some water. But yeah, a little bit of low cut in the elements. I feel that it could be nice to open up a little bit space for the bass line. Bass line is a bit too wide. And I'm kind of missing something like a vocal in the song. Like, the whole song is really cool, but it's missing something to hold everything together and to give maybe some ambiences could do the trick. I'm gonna wait for Greg to finish the feedback, but I feel that mainly what I'm missing here is just a bit of ambience in the song, a bit of how can I say? Yeah, just getting a bit more stuff in there, because it's feeling nice and everything, but it's kind of missing the stuff that if you don't have it, nobody cares. But if you don't have it, people care about. But if you don't have it, people will be like, it's kind of missing, you know. Not sure you listened to the song, Greg, but what I was just mentioning.
Yeah, I did.
Is, I'm kind of missing a bit of like some background elements and maybe like a vocal. The elements. Yes. Go ahead.
Go on. No, you go.
Yeah, some elements over here, like the bass was a bit too stereo. The lead was fine, but and the kick was fine. It's just, even the balance was fine overall. It's just a matter of like putting that bass a little bit more centered and getting something to get their attention more, like a vocal or maybe a bigger lead in from the breakdown onwards.
Yeah, it's two big things for me, and the bass is a nice bass in terms of it is like really rhythmic, and it's quite a cool like pattern that would get me grooving, but it really needs to be centered in the track and like really be the core of the track, which at the minute I didn't feel like it was, which again is probably the stereo nature of it. And yeah, the other thing is just missing a hook. Like it's a nicely produced track. The arrangement's good, the mixing's good, but it's missing that thing that when I walk away, that element that's stuck in my head, either it's a vocal or it's a melody. It just needs that one extra element in there that makes it a bit more memorable.
Perfect. Thank you for submitting, Pascal. Let's go to Gila now. So I know that Gila has been producing for 3 months. I think 3 months, but what I've been listening from here in 3 months, it's actually quite good. So happy that he submitted.
Interesting.
I mean, for 3 months, of course. We're kind of missing a bass here. Kind of hoping that you continue with the bass here. But I mean, like, you can see that, of course, there's the technical stuff and everything, but the lead being teased, the bass over here, like, I feel that the building blocks for a 3 month old producer, like, I'm kind of like, this is really well done in terms of like how much you've done in 3 months, you know.
I wish I was at this level 3 months into producing.
Exactly, that's what I said to him. So, let me just see what you have over here at this point. Yeah, so that lead that you added in the breakdown, I feel that you could explore it a little bit more in the drop too. I really like that you added something different in the breakdown. As I said to you, like the building blocks for 3 months, of course I hear some technical issues in the song, but for 3 months, it's I have to listen to your song with a 3-month-old perspective. What I would focus on right now is mainly like how to gel the elements better, maybe sound selection as well. Because the energy levels you got, I feel that you could pick the breakdown lead that you had and add it to the drop 2 as well to give it a little, that's something different to the drop 2. But as I said to you, like 3 months, I was much further away than what you are at the moment. So definitely keep on going, because if you are there at 3 months and the way that you're producing from when I met you at like 1 month ago to now, like in the way that you've developed, definitely keep on going. Greg?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to dive into like the nitty gritty and the details, because I think at this stage, if you're 3 months in, the best sort of feedback you can get is just keep producing. Like you said, the building blocks are all there, and I can only sort of repeat the fact that, yeah, if I was at this stage after 3 months of producing, yeah, I'd be, blown away, much happier than where I actually was. And to pick up on the mention of the lead and the breakdown and carrying it into the second drop, just something I could hear listening to it, is it might work if the new lead and the breakdown played in the second drop and it combined with the first lead, so they played off of each other, so it was like a call and answer between the two leads. that might be quite a nice way to carry it into the second drop. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I would have loved to be where you are after 3 months of producing. Don't go and listen to any of my old music.
Yeah, let's keep on going over here then. We're gonna listen to Justin Lee. Gila, hope that you liked it. And picking your note, just go back like 10 minutes ago and you're gonna be able to listen to your song. Let's go into the breakdown directly. So Justin, one thing that I'm already gonna go over here because I feel that it would be helpful to you. There's a lot of pads, a lot of elements that are happening, and they're kind of getting on top of your bass. You need to low cut them a little bit to give space to your bass. Even your kick, for example, it's a bit too big, and it just means that like the bass itself, it's not cutting through the song that much. So push the bass a bit louder. Low cut the elements a little bit, and probably make them a little bit quieter as well, just a tiny bit. I feel that could be a good move for your song at this point. Oh, 10 months as well. So yeah, you're in the same pace. Yeah, so one thing that I could mention to you, and going to 10 months, I would give more of this feedback to you. Make sure that you're low cutting everything. Make sure that you're side chaining everything as well. I hear some elements in the melodic side that are not so side chained. Make sure that the bass is a bit louder. Always think of like which is the main element of your song. There's the kick, then normally the bass line, and then normally like the leads and maybe the percussions. But these have to cut through. The kick and the bass normally have to cut through the song based on the genre that you're making. So you have to make space for that, cutting the bass part from all the other elements as well. Also side chaining to give a little bit more pump to the song. Feel free, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, I'd echo a lot of what you're going to say. I think the thing that jumps out with me with the kick is I just don't think it's the right sample for the track.
Yeah.
It's too much of a big kick. It's got too much body. It needs to be, I think, a bit shortened. Yeah, it doesn't feel like the right kick sample. And again, just missing, like, it's a really nice atmosphere. Like the atmosphere that you've set is really nice. It's just missing that hook again. I think something that's memorable, a top melody or a vocal sample, something like that to go with all of the harmonies, which are working quite nicely. It just needs that extra element in terms of songwriting.
Yeah, that's mainly what I have to say. We have to say, like, I feel that the vibe is nice. Congrats for sending the song with 10 minutes in the background, but because I know that it takes a lot of guts. But yeah, really well said with Greg. What Greg said was like it's definitely missing that hook. That it's like when you close the song and you're gonna be like, oh, that song, you know, like that bum bum bum, that kind of vibe that you remember.
Yeah.
Let's go to Temps now. This is track 19. Let's go. Hope he's still here with us. Keep going, Justin, because definitely, like, for 10 months, again, like, you're just in the beginning and you're doing really well. Yeah, I agree with what Avenir is saying. Like, really nice vibe. I do feel that there's a bit too much low mids over here. I'm gonna say somewhere over here. But yeah, definitely missed the hook over here still. So, Mr. Gustaff, you want to start, Greg?
Yeah, I can go for it. I think I've actually featured some of Gustaff's track in my playlist. And we've had a few demos in the past. So I was kind of expecting the sort of like good standard in terms of the production that's there. I'm going to give really shitty feedback, in which I've probably said this to you before, Leo, or you've heard me say it before, is it's missing something, but I don't know what it is. Like, you've got drum elements there, there's a bass, like everything's, I think without any other layers in there, I think the art needs to be louder and in your face to make that a lead, but I also think there's probably space for another element in there.
Yeah.
The breakdown's the strongest part, and I think I've noticed this, Gustaff, when you've submitted me tracks before, you tend to have like really nice intros and breakdowns, and the sort of storytelling in the breakdown is really nice. I think it just feels like the main sections with the drum needs that same amount of sort of care and attention and detail. One thing that jumped out at me is there's sort of some synth chords that come in at 120, and I don't think they should be in there at that point. They carry on to the breakdown, but in the first section they sort of come out of nowhere. I'd leave them, bring them in the breakdown, and carry them into the second half of the track, because it's way easier to introduce new elements in a breakdown. They sort of sound a bit out of place at the moment. But yeah, nice track. It's just missing that something, which I won't be able to tell you what it is.
Yeah, I feel that I'm missing the same thing. I feel that if we put a vocal on the song, it definitely works. It doesn't I feel that you have the whole scenery of a film all done, but it's missing the main character over there. That could be a lead.
That's a really good way of putting it.
That could be a vocal. That could be something else. Because, as you probably said, that there's a vocal coming, but without that vocal, the song just feels like it's a background song. You know, like there's nothing that hooks you that much. The breakdown is actually the part that hooks you the most. Yeah. Because there's this lead that is happening right now. But in the drops, you're kind of missing, like, okay, where is this? It's back to where they were in the drop one. So I feel that if you had a vocal, it could definitely guide you through the song. But or for example, you could have that lead keeping on going. There's a song from Claire and Julian Schwartz that I feel that could be a good inspiration. Maybe you can keep these elements going, and you can keep this going on the drop too, possibly. Okie dokie. Let's keep on going over here, and let's keep on going with Mr. Sofinski. And congrats on Angela Deep. First of all, I'd have more of this this kind of vocal in the middle of the song. This is really cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I feel that this song exemplifies what we were saying to you, Gustaff, in the previous song. Like, you can clearly remember that acid lead is pretty big on the song, and it's quite memorable to me. I really liked the song. I thought it was like the acid was kind of unexpected, but in a good way. It kind of made me like, okay, he's doing something different in a kind of percussive or melodic / organic song. I really liked the song. I honestly really did. I felt that some of the percussions were just a bit too wide. Maybe it's a good thing because there's just so many of them. And the last thing is that I felt that the percussions could evolve a bit more in the drop too. They were kind of like stale throughout the song. So maybe adding a new layer would be nice, but a really cool song. Greg?
Yeah, so I've immediately got written down, it's a wicked groove and bass, like all the drums and the bass work really well together. It's got a really nice foundation for the track. I was missing, when I opened it up and I saw organic trance as the tag, I was like, whoa, what's this, like a new genre? And I didn't really get it until the acid line comes in. What I do with the acid line though is when the drop comes back in all the drums, I'd have the acid line low pass, so it's a bit quiet in the mix, and then build it back out as you progress through the track. Because I felt, I don't know, it's like building it up through the breakdown, bring it back down, go into quite a deep groove, and then bring in the acid line, but leave it in on the drop still, but just low pass. And something I thought just before the acid line come in, it was missing a bit more of a melodic element. So maybe if you could get some really simple chords in there, again low pass, something quite subtle, but just to give it a bit more of a harmonic sort of nature to the track until that acid line comes in.
Sure.
That would work nicely.
But yeah, quite a nice song, dude. Congrats on it. I really liked it. Thanks for submitting and thanks for the donations. Go ahead.
Did you see my chat, Leo?
Yes, I did. Just let me know how many more songs you're gonna go for, and then we're keeping.
I can probably do 2 or 3 more.
Okay, so let's do 2 or 3 more. 3 minutes over here.
Perfect.
Electro 10s, and then we go to Daily Dessert, which is probably gonna have to skip through a little bit because it's a bit too long. And yeah, it's up to you. Probably 2 more songs then.
Yeah, okay, cool.
I'm kind of missing a sub. You can see over here in Ableton, did you have these layers? I'm not sure if I see anything below that. I'm gonna start here, just so we can maybe do 3 or 4 songs. But kick could be, it's okay. The bass could have a sub layer below it. Could have a bit more sidechain, not only on the bass but also on the melodic elements as well. And the bass line itself could be a little bit louder. These are the main things that I felt. I liked the vibe, and I definitely liked, again, looking the what I've listened from you in the past and look what I'm listening now. It's definitely a great improvement. So hats off to you, dude. Greg?
So yeah, definitely the lower layer on the bass. I just duplicate it and drop it an octave and have that underneath and do some EQ to get them to blend. I think it's probably as simple as that. One thing that I think it is really crying out for is like some crunchier, punchier drums, because it's that quite dark sound, right? Some really attacky hi-hats, some really like punchy claps or snares that cut through the mix, just to like almost a bit more aggression in the drums, and it's that kind of sound in that track. And yeah, I just wanted to say the new synth that comes in on the second drop is wicked. It's like really crunchy. I'd love to know how that was made, just out of interest.
Yeah.
It's like the rhythmic one. It's pretty original sound, and kind of sound that if you played it on your own, you'd be like, this is a weird sound. This wouldn't fit anywhere. And in the track, it really works.
Yeah. Yeah. Congrats on the track, dude. I really like the vibe, really like the energy and everything. And that, most of everything, the improvement and everything is really good. Let's keep on going over here. People are asking for you to do all of the other 5 over here that you have, so it's up to you. But Daily, just start, since your song is 7 minutes, I'm gonna have to scroll through a little bit further. So yeah.
Yeah, I can do probably 2 more, Leo, because it's 9 o'clock here, and I've got
2 more then.
I've got a sick girlfriend outside who needs dinner cooking for her.
2 more then. I try, guys.
Sorry, guys.
No, but thank you so much, Greg. I really appreciate it for you staying that long with us. So it's definitely a pleasure to have.
It's a pleasure, man. I'd be happy to sit on longer in different circumstances.
Yeah.
I just wanted to let you know that I miss you.
Hey, got some breaks.
This is track number 22.
Yeah, Daily Dessert. Cool vocal sample.
Yeah.
Hey, it's me. I know we haven't spoken in a while. Things have been weird.
Really like those vocal samples, by the way.
Yeah, it's wicked.
But yeah, here's the thing, like, when I go from here, this section, to this one, can you see how you're similar from here to here? Maybe you can just merge these two.
Yeah.
These 2 sections could be one, and you save probably a minute or a minute and a half from this already.
Yeah, for sure.
But I still think about you a lot. Do you think about me?
Really nice kind of crunchy elements in the middle. But I'm kind of like, when you come back with the kick and the breakdown, it kind of feels like,
Yeah.
it wants to be the drop, but it's not, you know?
Drop straight in at the 5:15 mark.
Yeah.
Do you think about me?
Yeah. And a bit of low cut in all the elements would be nice as well. Feel free to start, Greg.
Sorry, just listening through again. Yeah, so definitely we were picking up on the same stuff at the exact same time there. So that section at sort of 253, you could just get rid of that. I think you're sort of prolonging the like sort of area of all the drums, and you could go sort of more or less straight into the breakdown there. Or definitely shorten it up and make it like a bridge into the breakdown. It kind of feels like a second main section at the moment, but it's not adding a huge amount to the track. Some of the synth work was really cool, especially in the breakdown. Again, one thing I was missing is like sort of like a melody or a hook. It doesn't have to be melodic and all pretty and emotional. It can really fit the sound of the track. And for me, that came in at, I've got down here at 6:21.
Yeah.
This little synth comes in that goes da 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 da.
Yeah.
In this tiny little section of the track, that could come in earlier and be a bigger part in the track, and that's your hook right there. But it seems to come in quite late in the track, and something to add to reference to the last track we heard. Immediately when I was listening to this, these are the sort of drums that I want to hear in this kind of sound, like a really punchy snare, a really heavy hitting kick. These are a good example of those drums that really.
Hello. Are we still live? Hello. Are we still live? Can you still hear me? Hey guys, how you guys doing? I managed to put this back. It's just such a pity to have this happening at this time. I've never had to deal with this, but it happens. But first of all, thanks Greg for everything. I'm back. Let me just put it over here. Let's listen and see who is still over here with us. So I feel that we can keep on going. If you guys want, we can definitely keep on going with whoever is here. I'm gonna even put it on Discord. Let's see if there's still a lot of people in the stream, so we can keep on going. Dude, it's just such a pity for this to happen at this point of the stream, because there was a lot of people with us at that point. But yeah, Blended, I'm gonna go into your song. I feel that you're here, but I feel that we've lost pretty much everyone that was with us, so I'm not sure if I want to keep on going with this today. So we see the number of watching now at 12. So let me know who is still with us over here. Let's keep on going. Should we keep on going, or should we just do this next week? Blended, I'm gonna listen to your song today, but yeah, I'm kind of like disappointed that this happened. Oh man, I'm kind of heartbroken with this. I'm not even sure if I'm still going, because it feels like I lost everyone again. Yeah, but anyway, let me know if you guys want me to keep on going, and then if so, we can definitely go. But I feel that I'm gonna end the stream today for now. Man, it's just Blended, question to you: should we do this next week? Is it okay with you? And then we go and hop in on this next week again, and then we just end the songs that we had for the live stream. I can already contact another. Yeah, I'm starting to get back, but anyway, I'm considering just doing this next week, if that's okay with all of you. Let's do it again next week. What do you guys think? I feel that would be the best. I feel that we kind of lost a little bit of the groove that we were doing. We lost a lot of people that were live with us, so there were already 19 people. Okay, exactly, the momentum is kind of lost, so I'm kind of like anyway, it happens. Internet. Let's do it next week. So let's meet up next week, and I see you guys. No, let's do it next week. I feel that I'd be better with more people here. I would be better with more everyone who donated. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this next week, and Yeah. Okie dokie. What do you guys think? Let me know, and we'll keep on going. Cheers.